Hi, this is Chitra, and you're listening to Hello Educator. Welcome to another episode of Mango Science Radio. Today, Obuli Chandran is here to take us through the timeline of the Nobel Prize, the discoveries that were commemorated by the science community for the breakthroughs that they inspired.
Hi, Mango Science Radio listeners. Obuli Chandran here. I'm an astronomy and science educator with huge interest in physics and mathematics. I hope my previous episode on Mars opposition you listened to and were actually able to observe the planet Mars, which was very bright, and you would have seen it about an hour after sunset. I hope, and still for the next coming 2 weeks, you can still see the planet very bright shining in the evening sky. I hope you do not miss it. This episode, I'm going to talk about the Nobel Prizes. I'm sure you heard about the Nobel Prizes that was awarded in various fields, including physics and chemistry as well, which was announced on October 6th. So today I'm going to talk about the Nobel Prize that was awarded in the field of physics, which was announced on October 6th as well. This year's Nobel Prize is shared by three people. One half went to Roger Penrose. His name is Roger Penrose, now at the University of Oxford, for his discovery that the black hole formation is a very natural prediction of the general theory of relativity that was put forward by the genius Albert Einstein way back in the year 1915 and 1916. So the Nobel Prize was given to Roger Penrose for his workings on that aspect. The other half of the prize is shared by two people. One is Reinhard Genzel, if I'm pronouncing the name properly, of the Max Planck Institute of Extraterrestrial Physics, Germany, and Andrea of the University of California, Los Angeles. This second half of the Nobel Prize is shared by these two people for work related to black holes. And in this case, it was for the discovery of a supermassive black hole that is at the center of our galaxy called the Milky Way. So the history of a black hole and the idea of black holes and the proposal of black holes and the discovery of black holes is very, very interesting. So even about 100 years before Albert Einstein even came up with his general theory of relativity, field equations, so-called field equations, people had predicted that there could be stars that have huge gravity and enclosed in a very small space that even light cannot escape. But again, back then, 100 years before Einstein came up with his field equations, it was just no more than just a speculation. But with Einstein's equations that were in general theory of relativity, it became more serious. The people started looking at it more seriously, at the possibility of something as unique and exotic as a black hole. And of course, even Einstein himself was not sure that if black holes existed. So he thought of it just was one of the consequences of his equations, but never really thought that they existed. So several people had to carry on the work to confirm that it is possible. But before even attempting to find a black hole, in reality, it should be mathematically possible to describe that a formation of a black hole is possible. It's well within the laws of physics, that it wouldn't be violating any laws. So that was the region where, or the area where Roger Penrose worked, where he showed that it is a natural that following from the equations that Einstein put forward in 1915 or 1916 in his general theory of relativity, that this existence of black holes turned out would naturally occur. So that was one half of the Nobel Prize that was given to. Like I told you, the second half of the Nobel Prize, shared by two people, like I told you, they discovered that there existed supermassive black hole, not just in they were awarded the Nobel Prize for finding out about discovering the black hole in our galaxy, which is also called as the Sagittarius A. But today we know most galaxies have supermassive black holes in them. But this discovery of the supermassive black hole at the heart of our galaxy called the Milky Way required these two scientists led having a bigger a group of other scientists as well working together to observe a group of stars that were found. They looked at the center of our galaxy, they pointed the telescopes in that direction, and they observed the orbits of these few selected stars that were very close to the center of our galaxy, and they all seemed to form to orbit, to follow a perfectly elliptical orbit. The orbits revealed that they are orbiting something very compact, just enormous amount of mass and gravity that could be nothing else but a black hole. So their discovery of a black hole is not by actually seeing a black hole. Black hole by definition is you cannot see them because they are black. Even light cannot escape from those regions. So by observing the stars in and around the region where they expected to find or discover or anticipated or hypothesized that a black hole could be there, those stars exhibited the perfect elliptical orbits that were in line with the predictions of the equations by Einstein's field equations, and that is how they were discovering the supermassive black hole in our galaxy. And that, of course, opened up an entire window to look for black holes elsewhere in all the other galaxies as well. So now this discovery of the black hole was the second part of the Nobel Prize that was given this year. And interestingly, of course, black hole has been the primary idea that has given Nobel Prizes to these three people. But another interesting thing is that one of these three Nobel laureates is a woman. Her name is Andrea. Like I told, she's from the University of California. And she's the fourth person in the history of Nobel Prize, a fourth woman to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. Of course, the very first Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to, all of us know, Marie Curie for her work on radiation. But eventually we had one more woman being awarded the Nobel Prize, I think in 1963, and one more just 2 years ago in 2018. I think it was concerned with the work of ultrasonic waves, ultrasonic sound waves, I assume. So not long ago, just in 2018, but now again in 2020, we have another woman who's been awarded the Nobel Prize. This is an extremely happy news, because for most part of the history of science, or for any domain for that matter, be it the election or voting rights or the driving rights or any rights for that matter for women, it has always been the case that men were privileged to have those things first, and eventually women would be given the opportunities. But now it is also the same case with science as well. But now it is more happy to see women being recognized where it is due for them. And this is again, and another interesting news is that in the Nobel Prize for Chemistry, which I will be recording another episode to tell you about the Nobel Prize that was awarded for chemistry, both the people who were awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry are women. Okay, again, that is a very interesting news that I wanted to share. I hope you found this episode helpful and informative. So remember to quickly give you a recap. This year's Nobel Prize was given to three Nobel laureates. One of them, Roger Penrose, for proving that the formation of a black hole is a very natural consequence of Einstein's field equations. And secondly, the second part of the Nobel Prize shared by two people. One is Andrea, other we have Reinhard Genzel for their discovery of the supermassive black hole at the heart of our galaxy, Milky Way. So thank you. I'll catch you again in the next episode, probably with the Nobel Prize in Chemistry part. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. To receive your daily dose of science stories, don't forget to subscribe to Mango Science Radio. We welcome stories from across the globe, so if you're a science enthusiast and would like to contribute to Mango Science Radio, please WhatsApp us at 99522 43541. Your feedback is valuable and keeps us motivated, so feel free to share your views in the form of an audio message on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for listening to Hello Educator. Remember to tune in for the next episode.